When anxiety knocks, lead with prayer. First, a Philippians 4:6 blueprint for faith-based leaders. The 3-second choice, control or communion. Anxiety rarely asks permission. It steps in, grabs the microphone, and starts narrating your day like it already knows the ending. Your shoulders climb, your breathing gets shallow. Your mind starts drafting backup plans for problems that have not even happened yet. Philippians 4:6 does not pretend that moment is not real. It calls you to choose your next move. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Philippians 4:6 NIV. You know the verse. The work is building the reflex. The first few seconds matter because pressure makes you reach for what feels familiar. For most leaders, what feels familiar is control. More thinking, more checking, more planning. More self-talk that sounds productive but keeps you trapped in a loop. The verse invites a different habit. Hand the moment to God before it starts running you. Why anxiety feels so personal when you carry responsibility. If you lead people, anxiety often shows up as responsibility without a finish line. You care about outcomes. You care about people. You care about doing the right thing, not just the fast thing. That care is good, but anxiety twists it into a private rule. You must stay on edge or everything will collapse. That tension hits your inner world first. You want to look steady while you feel unsettled. You want to encourage others while you quietly wonder if you have what it takes. And when you do not name it, it starts to drive the car from the passenger seat. Here is a fresh angle that matters for faith-based leaders. Anxiety can also feel like shame. Not always obvious shame, but the subtle sting of, I should be beyond this by now. Or, if I were stronger in faith, I would not feel this way. That thought does not come from God. It comes from the part of you that confuses maturity with never needing help. God does not ask you to pretend you are fine. He invites you to come close, speak plainly, and let Him hold what you cannot. That is not weakness. That is honesty. And honesty is where real leadership starts. You do not have to prove you are okay. Prayer, petition, and thanksgiving. The simple pattern that reorders your inner world. Think of Philippians 4:6 as a navigation practice, not a motivational quote. When you feel disoriented, you do not need more speed. You need a true north. Prayer is how you stop, look up, and remember where you are. Petition makes the practice sharp. It turns swirling worry into one clear request. Not a speech, not a performance, just the real thing. God, I do not know how to make payroll next month. God, I need wisdom for this decision. God, I need courage to say what I have been avoiding. God, my body feels on high alert, and I need your peace to settle me. Then thanksgiving changes the atmosphere. It does not deny the problem. It widens your view. It helps you remember you have been carried before. You have received provision you did not manufacture. You have walked through seasons where you thought you would not make it. And God met you in ways you could not predict. Here's a simple way to practice this without making it complicated. Say the request in one sentence. Then say the thanks in one sentence. Keep it concrete. Name the past rescue. Name the person who showed up. Name the open door. Name the strength you did not have on your own. Turn worry into a request before it turns you into a wreck. Cash flow pressure. Without panic, bringing the numbers to God. Picture the late-night office. The building is quiet. The glow from your screen spreads across the desk. One tab shows invoices, another shows payroll. You refresh the bank balance not because it changes, but because you want it to change. Cash flow pressure can feel like losing control in slow motion. You can do the right things and still feel the lag. You can work hard and still face a gap. You can make wise choices and still not see immediate relief. That is where anxiety starts whispering shortcuts. Cut corners. Push harder. Say yes to work you should decline. Lead from urgency instead of from wisdom. Philippians 4:6 invites you to bring that exact moment into prayer, not after you panic, but before you react. Present your request to God as honestly as you would speak to a friend sitting across the desk. Father, I need provision. Show me what to cut and what to keep. Give me courage to have the conversation I keep postponing. Help me act with integrity, not desperation. Open the right doors and close the wrong ones. Then add gratitude with your eyes still on the numbers. Thank Him for what is already true. Thank Him for the clients you have served. Thank Him for the team you have been able to employ. Thank Him for the skills and resilience He has formed in you. Gratitude does not pay the invoice, but it keeps anxiety from becoming your compass. After you pray, take one clean step. Send the invoice you delayed. Review expenses with honesty. Call the person you need to call. Write down tomorrow's first action so you stop spinning tonight. Prayer does not replace responsibility. Prayer steadies responsibility. Late-night office faith. What to do when your mind will not shut off? Late-night anxiety loves absolutes. It talks like every problem is permanent and every mistake is fatal. It will replay a conversation you have not had yet. It will turn one tight month into a story about your whole future. It will keep you awake, not because you are solving anything, but because you feel like staying tense is your job. This is where you need a repeatable route back to peace. Not a perfect mood, a route. Try this before you close the laptop. Put both feet on the floor. Relax your hands. Name what you feel without scolding yourself for it. Present one request to God in a single sentence. Then speak one sentence of thanks that points to something real. Then choose one boundary for the night. A set bedtime. Notifications off. One page in a notebook where you list the next step so your mind can stop carrying it. Peace often arrives after you stop negotiating with fear. From home to work and back again. How prayer keeps you whole in every situation. Leaders often live in split screens. Work demands focus. Home needs presence. Anxiety slips between both and steals the best parts of you. You sit at dinner, but you are answering emails in your head. You listen to a team member, but you are already forecasting next quarter. You nod in a conversation while your mind runs simulations. Philippians 4:6 brings you back to one life. In every situation means you do not have to wait for a quiet retreat to bring God into the moment. You can pray before the meeting and before the hard talk at home. You can present your request before you send the message that could escalate a conflict. You can thank God before you walk into a room where you feel misunderstood. This changes relationships because unspoken anxiety always leaks. It comes out as control, impatience, or distance. When you bring your needs to God first, you stop making other people responsible for your inner stability. You show up steadier. You listen better. You lead with more clarity because you are not trying to make everyone else fix what only God can carry. The practice that trains your reflexes, turning worry into a request every day. The goal is not to remove all pressure from your life. The goal is to stop letting pressure set your direction. You can train your first response so you do not default to overthinking and self-reliance every time uncertainty shows up. Start small and make it consistent. Before you open your inbox, present one request to God. Before you walk into a tense conversation, ask for wisdom and love. When you feel your body tighten, pause and thank God for one concrete sign of His care. Over time, this becomes spiritual muscle memory. You stop drifting and start steering. If anxiety has been constant, heavy, or disruptive, do not isolate. Talk with a trusted pastor, a wise friend, and a qualified professional. That is not failure. That is faithful stewardship of your mind and body. Bring the real request to God before you take the next real action.